Hi there, my name is Chuck Clisso. I'm going to cook some pork ribs on the smoker, and I've already removed the membranes. You guys know how to do that and what a pain it is, so I didn't want to make you go through all that, but I've put some melted butter on. I like to push the melted butter around, and we take some nice seasoning. It's a secret recipe that I've concocted, and we season it really good, rub it in, or pat it in rather. I think patting it works better. And then on top of that, we're going to add some Chef G.W. Clisso honey mustard salad dressing. So we're going to get the honey flavor and the mustard flavor, and it's going to sweeten our ribs. They're going to be good. Okay, again, we put just a little bit, kind of move it around a little, make sure everything gets some. And there we go. And we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the same thing. A little bit of butter. Again, kind of moistens it, sweetens it up too. And then our special sauce, our rub. And don't be afraid to use too much. I like the flavor. We're going to do kind of dry, but we're going to do a little bit of sauce at the end. Okay. That looks good to me. We'll put a little more honey and onion. Chef G.W. Clisso's honey mustard. When it cooks, it's going to flow everywhere, and it's going to be just wonderful. Okay, there's one. Let's keep it going. And don't be afraid to make a mess, because it's inevitable. If you don't make a mess, you might not be cooking right. Alright. Oh, this is going to be so good. Got some cayenne in here, some paprika, a little bit of seasoning, got a little bit of jalapeno juice, jalapeno spice. Again, we do the sauce. And again, it'll run all over. It'll spread itself out well. Okay, here we go. A little more butter. I just put a stick of butter in the microwave, melted it down. Okay. Lots of good spices. This really makes a difference. Alright. Get it in there real nice. Okay. A little more honey mustard. You guys really need to try this honey mustard. It is so good. I know honey mustard you think of for chicken and salad, but the honey flavoring and the mustard goes really well with ribs. Okay, that's our last one. These are pretty hefty ribs. They're pretty big. Butter, seasoning. I feel like I'm feeding the chickens. Okay, we're going to put these on the smoker at 235 for a total of 5 hours, approximately. It may be less, maybe a little more, but I'm thinking 5 hours should be plenty. What we're going to do is after 3 hours, we're going to pull them off, wrap them in foil, add more butter, more seasoning, and the last hour and a half to 2 hours will be spent wrapped in foil so that we really tighten that moisture up. I like to put a pan of water in the smoker also. Keeps the ribs from getting dried out. And there we What a mess. Love it. Okay, so what we're going to do, put these on the grill or on the smoker. I'm going to go fire the smoker up. As soon as it's ready, we'll step outside. Did I say it's messy? Okay, we've got our spare ribs ready to go. Got them sitting nicely. Can't wait to put them on. The grill's up to temp. As you can see, I've got a bowl of water in here. It helps keep them moist. Might have to fill that once or twice. I just like to slide these on. And that's it. We're going to let this sit for about 2 hours. We'll come back and check on it and see how we're doing. Okay, it's been about an hour. We're going to check on it, see how it looks. I know it's early, but we're at 221 for an hour. Let's see how it goes. Oh, yeah, it's starting to look good. Looking very good. We got plenty of water left. A lot of good smoke. Can't wait to see what these do when they shrink down. Okay, while the ribs are on the smoker, I want to show you something that if you haven't tried it yet, you need to. This is Chef G.W. Clisso's coleslaw dressing. This stuff is amazing. If you don't know who Chef G.W. Clisso is, it actually happens to be my cousin Greg, who is an awesome chef, and he makes some wonderful products. I know a lot of people know him for his salad dressings, but he also does great teriyaki sauce, does the coleslaw, just tons of it. You need to go to chefgwclisso.com, look around at some of his stuff. Now this is a trick that you may use on your guests, and they're going to think you slaved away. Just I'm cheating, but I'm not, because the end result is going to be wonderful. Take a package of just regular coleslaw, shred it, or you can shred your own. Put in some coleslaw dressing, G.W. Clisso's dressing. You'll go throw rocks at anybody else that makes dressings. This stuff is amazing. Just stir it up. Your guests are going to love it. I'm going to put a little bit more in because I don't want to get too loose, but I do like to have that flavor. It is just amazing. You really need to try it. And people can comment that have tried it and let me know what you think of it. But Greg puts out a fabulous product. He's been doing this for 30 years or so, maybe even longer. But I like to do this a couple hours ahead of time. You know, the dressing's cold, the cabbage is cold, but I like to let it chill in the fridge. Just, to me, it adds a little flavor. Just, especially if you're eating something warm like the ribs, you've got a drier bite than a moist bite. I'll do that one over. Especially when you're having ribs. I love coleslaw with ribs. I'm also going to put some asparagus on this smoker, just to add some color to your plate. When you put this stuff on the plate, of course, you want it to look as good as possible. So that's what you use. When I make my coleslaw, I like to add a little spice sometimes. I use the Chef G.W. Clisso dressing, but I also chop up some jalapenos to put in. So we put in some jalapenos, and I'm going to put about maybe a tablespoon of jalapeno juice. Just gives it a little spice. It's kind of like some people like jalapeno cornbread, but I like to have a little kick. That's what's great about this, is since you don't have to spend so much time doing it yourself, you can add your own personal touch to whatever you'd like. Okay, this is going to be great. But if you get a chance, give it a try. I'm a believer. Okay, now we've got our asparagus trimmed and washed. We take some good sea salt, grind it up over top, let it sit. And then what we will do when we pull these off the grill or off the smoker, we'll drizzle some butter over it, let them sit for a while. We're not going to put them on the smoker, but we're just going to set them aside and let them sit there and be ready for the fire. Alright, this is going to be a good meal. But you're not here. Alright, let's see what we got here. It's been 2 hours. Let's take a look at what we have. Oh my goodness. I think we're going to flip them over. It's looking mighty fine. Okay, I've pulled them off after 3 hours. And you can see we're getting a nice separation. Everything's looking good. What I'm going to do is wrap them in foil and put some more butter, put them back on for about another hour. I think should be good. Okay, now we're putting butter on it. We're going to wrap it in foil. We're going to put them back on the grill or on the smoker, and we're going to let that butter soak in. And then instead of putting a barbecue sauce on, what I've decided to do is just use the dry rub, and then we'll have dipping sauce on the side. Alright, we've got a total of 4.5 hours. We've got a half hour that we're going to put our asparagus in. And okay, to do the asparagus, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil. There we go. Alright, we're going to pull one of these racks off, bring it in and take a look. Oh, look at how it's flexible. Ooh, it's done. Mmm, yummy. It's going to be good. Okay, we pulled one out. We're going to do one at a time, but look at how flexible. You can tell the bones are just coming right out. This is perfectly done. So what I'm going to do is cut them in between. I'm going to do them in twos. Why not? Ones would be easier to eat. I'll do them in ones. Look at that. A nice smoke ring. Ah, it looks delicious. Yummy. I'm going to let this cool a little bit, and then I'm going to trim it up, but I think we're good.